Alright guys, welcome back to a new little thing I wanted to do. I'm a collector of multiple things. I think I've stated that in multiple videos. One of the things I also love to collect is video games. I'm a big fan of Sony. I do like Nintendo, Microsoft, other consoles are perfectly fine, but I've always been a Sony guy. And I'm a person that likes to get games physical. Now there's a lot of games that get released that obviously come out digital, and a lot of times they don't get physical copies, but through limited companies like Limited Run Games and a few others, you're able to get some of these games physically. And I wanted to show off some of these rare, limited, some of these games are at least limited rare type of games and limited run games that are physical through one of these companies. So mainly the biggest one is Limited Run Games. So I'm going to be showing off my limited games collection for the PlayStation 4. The first one up is Lone Survivor, the Director's Cut. This is a cool little like 2D side-scroller horror game. It's a really fun, cool little game. And this is number 30 in the limited run line. These are all going to be sort of done, cherry-picked, spontaneous, just pulling out different ones that I got. So, it's Lone Survivor, Director's Cut. Next one is one that I enjoyed quite a bit, and that is Layers of Fear. This is the Masterpiece Edition. Cool first-person horror game. This one has gotten kind of pricey. I know I see it around the $200 range, or maybe even a little bit higher now, but it is a cool one. And yes, I keep all my limited rare games into like a hard plastic that you can get like a special collector's piece. This is number let's see, 181, I think that's it. Yeah, 181. Cool game though. Layers of Fear is cool. Next one is Giga Wrecker Alter. Nice little beat 'em up sort of game right there, kind of anime. It's a good one. This is number 254. I don't know if I really have to show off all the numbers. I might just go through and start showing off the games to make it go by a little bit quicker. Corpse Killer, a really wacky, goofy first-person shooter that is kind of cool. It's just out there, but a cool little first FPS horror game that was originally on the Sega CD, I believe, and probably a couple other things, but I remember it mainly being on the Sega CD or Sega Saturn, one of those things. Got The Bunker. The Bunker was a cool little horror game too. It's kind of like it plays as a movie and you make decisions. Kind of a cool little creepy horror game. It was all right. Here's one of my newest ones. I got it for my birthday from my friend Troy. This is the Castlevania collection. This is a really awesome one. Oh, people doing fireworks because of the New Year's. It's got Castlevania, Castlevania 2, see, Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3, Castlevania Bloodlines, Kid Dracula. God, they're going nuts out there with the fireworks. It's a good collection. Dear Esther. This is the Landmark Edition. This is a good one right here. It's a cool little... So it's basically like a walking simulator. You hear the fireworks going crazy. Then we got River City Girls, an awesome, cool little beat 'em up. If you got games like Battletoads and other kind of side-scroller beat 'em ups, you know, Streets of Rage, things like that, River City Girls is really fun. That's a good one right there too. Then we got Grizz. Night Trap, another kind of goofy, wacky video horror game. It's kind of fun. Then we got Worse Than Death. This is a cool little mystery, figure out how you're going to die or who's trying to kill you kind of horror game. Nice one right there too. Then we got Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds Overdrive. It's a nice, another little beat 'em up game. There's something new coming out with this. I think it's a fighting game that either is out or is coming out. But this one right here is a cool little beat 'em up one. If you like these characters or those type of games, another cool one to check out. Then we got Dark Devotion, sort of a 2D side-scroller Dark Souls type of game. Really cool. It's a fun one. This one's also becoming kind of pricey. A few of these are starting to come up in price, some more than others. Blasphemous. This is another side-scroller, wacky, really gory, crazy games, kind of like a Souls type of game mixed with Castlevania. Obviously, those Metroidvania type of games. This got a regular standard release now. You can go pick it up, but this is the limited run version of the game before it got a physical. Now it's got a physical. You can get it anywhere. You can go into GameStops and Best Buys and even get it on Amazon. So this one's become acquirable, which is a good one to get because it's a fun, gory, really like hard type of game. But at the same time, it was becoming very, very pricey because of the popularity. So even though my copy went down in price, which I don't give a shit about the price, I get them because I like physical media. I like actually owning the games. The price is not a big deal to me at all. But I was happy to see that this one got a re-release for those who wanted it, because this started getting popular for a while. So if this is one that interests you or one you wanted to get and you didn't know, you can get a standard regular edition on Best Buy and a few other websites relatively cheap now, and it's more complete. The newest one has all the DLC and stuff. This one's just a standard edition, but this one has a way better cover than the new one. I like this cover. Another 2D sort of side-scroller horror game called Claire Extended Cut. This is very similar to Lone Survivor. Cool game, though. Really fun, creepy game. And then we got Project Xenon Valkyrie Plus. It's a good little, like, shoot-'em-up, wacky side-scroller crazy game. This was kind of cool. Not really Metroidvania. Kind of is. Kind of like a Metroidvania shooter. It's a cool little game. And then we have ADK Tamashi. This is a collection from SNK of a lot of 5 old school arcade classic games from them. This one's really cool. And the games on this again was Gaigan, Ninja Combat, Ninja Commander, Ninja Masters, and then I forget what the last one's what it's called. The side-scroller little shooter one, that one's really cool with the girl on it. I like that one, that game a lot. A bunch of old-school arcade classics, so this is a really cool one to have. This one's gotten kind of pricey, too. I remember at the time, and it could be cheaper now. Some of these could go up, some of these could have went down, because I know a lot of them were sort of, like all things, the prices fluctuate. But this one at a time was like about $90-something or more, but I don't know how it's going now. But a cool one to pick up. Definitely a bunch of arcade games I used to play all the time. And my last one to show off, at least for the limited run ones, here's Mystic Bell. Oh, they're at it with the fireworks again. Here's 2 PlayStation 5 ones I can show off real quick that are still from limited run. Here's Maids of Sker, first-person sort of survival horror game. This one's really cool. And, yeah, awesome little horror game. Happy to get some of these limited PlayStation 5 ones, too. And here's my newest PlayStation 5 one that I actually just got a couple days ago. This is Affliction, the extended cut. Another first-person sort of survival horror, trying to capture kind of like the PT, Silent Hill, type of thing everyone was trying to do. But this game looked really cool, and I wanted to pick it up and was happy to get it in a physical. So, yeah, that one's a good one. Now, the last 3 I'm going to show off real quick are limited games, but they're not from the limited run company. The first one is from Special Reserve Games, and this is Strafe. This is sort of a callback to old school Doom and Quake. It's a run and gun, just shoot, go crazy. You fight a bunch of demons and monsters. It's pretty tough, but a really good game. This is one I definitely recommend picking up. It's crazy. Like if you like Doom and Quake, you'll like this one. Now it has old school kind of graphics, but the violence and the craziness is really out there. And this was done through Special Reserve Games. The next one was done through Red Art Games that put out a physical of Halloween Forever. Now, this is sort of an old school Ghost and Goblins, kind of Castlevania, just a side scroller, just get through it, platformer. It's a really cool little horror game. I thought it was neat, wanted to pick it up, and yeah, this is a fun one right here. Check this one out if you're into more of those little, almost like a Mario, Ghost and Goblins, Castlevania, or early Castlevania kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. And the last one I'm going to show off is probably my most expensive and the one that a lot of people are going nuts over. Put out by that company that I don't hate, but I'm not a big fan of them, and that is Limited Rare Games, which usually gets confused with Limited Run. But Limited Rare put out this right here, which is a game that I wanted for a while. This is Tamashi. This is a horror, sort of satanic, Mario Maker style because it's done with through a bunch of puzzles, and if you die, you just repeat and kept trying to go through kind of wacky game. This is a really cool one. When this got announced, I was so hoping this was going to get a limited run. I remember kept saying, God, I want this to get a limited run. I really wanted to get this game physically. Well, I remember I want to say about almost a year and a half later, it finally got its limited run, but not through limited run games, through the limited rare games who also did that game Poop Slinger, and, you know, they always make it hard and are really sketchy to try to get your games. Now, luckily enough, I jumped on board and was able to get this. And even though I took a lot of chances because I was worried about the server that I was buying it on, because limited rare does it, limited rare, not limited run, but limited rare was doing it all weird like they usually do. But I was able to score a copy. Happy that I did. This game is pretty expensive. This is at one time, and some people still have it up for that much on eBay, for about $1,000 or more. I have seen it going down in price. It's a lot cheaper now, but it's still kind of high. Still sitting around the 300, 400, 500. It's in the hundreds of dollars now, which is just crazy to think. Now, I have opened mine, I have played mine, I got this because I wanted it. This is something that I really wanted, so no matter what, I just wanted a physical, but I opened up and play all my games. Because I am not just a collector, but I want to play them. And now there's people who buy a lot of these limited games to keep for show for value, will go up and they can make money on them and stuff, which is fine. If people are into that, they can do that if they want to. But I am more interested in just, you know, picking up these games because I truly want them and like them and want to play them. So I've definitely, I would say, probably knocked the value of mine down, but I don't give a shit. I just really wanted this game. It's a good little wacky horror game. It's got a lot of weird imagery. The puzzles are kind of crazy and out there. It's definitely, like I said, a Mario Maker in the sense of just dying multiple times. It's got that sort of Mario Maker platformer thing with a lot of satanic, weird, wacky imagery. It's a good game, though. And I don't know if I showed this off. I want to say I did, but I didn't. I might have messed up and put this aside too quick. But here's my other one right here. I think I showed it off a second ago. But this is Mystic Bell. And this is also a limited run game. This is a good game right here. Another sort of Metroidvania type of game. But Mystic Bell is fun. I think I showed it, but if I didn't, I made sure I showed it now. Anyway, yeah, just a big fan of all these games. A big fan of a lot of the limited things. I'm waiting for more to come out to pick them up. Since PlayStation 5 is doing them now, I'm happy about that, so I'll be picking up more of those. If you're a fan of the Nintendo Switch, a lot of these games, and or you can get a bunch of limited games on the Switch, really cool to check them out. Anyway, I know it's a bit of a different video. I usually do my pops and toys and other stuff, but I kind of want to branch out to doing a few other things. Kind of probably would do some vinyl, because I showed off my Dead by Daylight vinyl. I have some other video game vinyl, metal vinyl, some movie soundtracks. I have a couple other things I wanted to get into, so I decided to do this video real quick. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this for anyone who's interested in this, and I will see you guys in the next one.